Today we're going to be looking at what is probably the smallest proper Amstrad CPC ROMboard. And by proper I mean it actually takes the proper 2764s and 27128s, not any of those flash chips, any of that kind of nonsense. This is actually designed off of the ACU ROMboard. Now that had 6 sockets on, but I reduced mine down to 5 because, well, I only had 5 ROMs I really wanted to use, and I only really made this for myself. But it's a really, really nice little board. To give you an idea how small it is, that's my hand. So this thing is absolutely tiny. We do have a little measuring thingy across here, so it's about 9.5 centimeters long here. And let's see what it is. It's 4.5 deep. And this board works really, really well. Just ideal as a little board to whack into the back of your CPC, give you, the 5 most common ROMs you need. It doesn't have any bells and whistles. It doesn't have little dip switches to switch them on and off or anything like that. Nothing fancy at all. It's just a way of getting those ROMs onto your CPC. Really, really nice little design. I had a little bit of help from the CPC wiki community to actually make this, because as it was before, it didn't decode the address lines properly, which was fine on a normal CPC. I think I only decoded the bottom 3 bits or something like that. But on a Plus machine, it caused clashes with the Plus cartridge ROMs. So quite often it would actually just crash the machine completely if you had this plugged in and had a cartridge running on it. But with a little bit of help from the CPC forum, I think it was Ian S, I believe, on the CPC forum, I was able to make this fully Plus compatible, and it works really, really well. And this is the article in Amstrad Computer User that I used to design this ROMboard. So as you can see, this one is a whole rat's nest of wires. How it ever worked, I have no idea at all. But work it did, and I'm sure quite a few people built these things. This next page basically gives you an overview of what the components on the board should look like, what position they should be in, and then this diagram underneath it. Basically, I think it's showing them from the rear by the looks of it, and it shows you what everything should be wired up to, what should be on the edge connector, what should be on the socket. All the sockets are connected across each other in parallel, apart from a few key signals, 2 or 3 key signals, and they're the ones that get wired up to the logic itself. And on the last page you can see the circuitry. This is the circuitry that's actually responsible for selecting and enabling the ROMs, and it's all quite clearly labelled, so I was able to kind of work through it and work it out, even though I hadn't done any CPC stuff for many, many years, probably 25, 30 years. And that's what I basically created this ROMboard from.